In this video, I'm going to talk to you about adding and updating test steps, the command, target, value, and description fields of the test steps, enabling, disabling test steps, pop-up or a new window options, references tab, and fallback locators. This test doesn't close the applications window. Let's manually add a step to do that. If this is the last step, you simply click on the last row and add the step. If not, let's say you want to add the step somewhere in the middle, you simply select a step before which you want to add the new step and then right click and select Insert New Command. I'm going to select the last step and add the command close to close the window. Now if the step is in the wrong location, you can click on this gutter area and then drag and drop the step to wherever you like. Now if you're unsure about what a command does, simply select that step and click on the reference tab at the bottom left corner and you will see a detailed explanation of that step. Now every step in the test contains a command that tells what the Selenium IDE should do. And each command can have up to 2 arguments. For example, the close command has no arguments. The open command has just 1 argument, whereas the type command has 2 arguments. One is the target argument and the other one is the value argument. But one thing to keep in mind is that the target and value arguments are mainly applicable to a subset of commands that do something with the application's web element, such as clicking on a button or entering value in an input field and so on. For other commands, such as close window command, they may be blank. Now let's take a look at this section. This is the section where you'll edit commands and their arguments. Now let's say I want to update the type command and update the value to be new Selenium IDE. Then all I need to do is to simply select that command and click on the value field and enter the new value. The description field is just like a notes field for the tester. You can write whatever you want in here and it won't really affect the test. Next, you can click on this button to enable or disable the command. It will add 2 forward slashes right next to the step when it's disabled. The Selenium IDE will skip over this step when it is disabled. The command input field is where you will enter or update a command. Selenium IDE provides an autocomplete feature to help you search for commands and select them. And if you have the reference tab open at the bottom, then it will make it very easy to know what those commands do. And this button here allows you to add some extra configurations if your step is opening a new pop-up window, which is usually a very tricky thing to handle. You can add a window name to help Selenium IDE identify that specific pop-up and also edit the timeout to ensure that the Selenium IDE can wait for that pop-up to open. Next, I want to talk about the only field that's still not discussed, and that's the target field. The target field, simply said, holds the value for the first argument of the command. Now, if the command is dealing with some web element in the application, then its value will be what's known as a locator. The locators are a way for Selenium IDE to find the web element in the application, because before you can do something such as entering a value or clicking on a button, you first need to find that element. And while you record the test, say entering some value in an input field, Selenium IDE grabs the quickest way to find that element and makes that a primary locator, and it also grabs all other ways of finding that element as a backup, also known as fallback locators. And in the future, if the primary locator has changed due to the application changes, it will fall back to all these other locators and try to find one of them that will actually work and continue the test. And as you may know, this kind of locator changes happen all the time, leading to a lot of false positives and failed tests. And so using the new Selenium IDE to record the tests will make your test a lot more resilient to such changes. Just to summarize, in this video, we discussed adding and updating test steps, command, target, value, and description fields, enabling and disabling test steps, pop-up or new window options, references tab, and fallback locators. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to debug test steps.